Hello everybody, Rocco here, and today I'm going to be going over a few products that USKEYVISION has sent to me that I think would be great holiday gifts for your photography and videography friends, or even yourself, gotta treat yourself. So let's just get right into it. USKEYVISION has paid me to make this video, however all opinions are my own, and I'm going to be giving my honest review and a little bit of a comparison for these products to something I already have. And we're going to start off with this microphone. Inside the box, you get the microphone, you get a little pouch for the microphone, you also get the stand for the microphone so you can put it on the camera with a hot shoe mount, and you get two cables for the microphone. One for if you want to use the microphone with a phone, or if you want to use the microphone with a camera, which is what I'm doing right here. So if we take a look, I am actually using the microphone right now. So I did a few tests with this microphone, comparing it to the microphone that I used previously, which is this Rode Video Micro. And already you can see that the size is a bit different. This one has a lot bigger of a windsock, whereas the UVM Pro from USKEYVISION is a lot smaller and more compact, which is obviously a pretty big bonus, especially if you're trying to pack lightly and you're a vlogger and you want to keep your setup light. I did some tests indoors and outdoors with both microphones just to show you a bit of comparison. The price difference between these microphones is this one's around $40 and this one is something around $60 to $70, so there is a bit of a difference. And if you honestly like the audio coming from this cheaper one more, you might as well just get this one. And honestly, I think there's not going to be too much of a difference for that price, and you could always spend that money on one of the other products I'm going to be talking about today. So let's get into that. So this is just a quick test of the UVM Pro in an outdoor setting with the wind muffle on, just, because you probably should always have a wind muffle on if you're outside. It is just a tad bit windy today, a little cold. Nothing too bad really, and I do need to get ND filters, but that's a completely different discussion. But I hope this gives you a good idea of what the audio sounds like, and I'll put the Rode Video Micro on here in a second for comparison. But remember, there is a $20 difference in these two mics, and honestly, if you don't see much of a difference in the audio, you might as well go and get this one. So now I'm out here with the Rode Video Micro, and this is more for comparison purposes of what the audio sounds like. This microphone is, $20 more, and really my main question is, do you really need to spend $20 more on a microphone? Probably not. And honestly, the UVM Pro is a bit smaller than the Rode Video Micro, so that is an added plus if you're trying to have a compact setup for vlogging, like I do here. So now I am using the UVM Pro inside with the wind filter on, just because that helps filter out some background noise. And this is what it sounds like. This room has a bit of reverb in it. This is where I film all my videos, however, and as long as you're putting the microphone fairly close to you, it's not a big deal, and I'd say the audio sounds pretty great. And so now I'm back inside with the Rode Video Micro, and there is a lot of echo in this room, or just kind of reverb in a sense, so this is how the microphone deals with it in an indoor situation. So that is what the audio between these two microphones sounds like, and you can kind of make your own kind of guesses on that. YouTube doesn't really compress audio that much, so I think the audio should be fine. And also the audio being recorded right now is from the USKEYVISION UVM Pro. UVM Pro might really take the cake really with the best value. Rode kind of does have that, oh, we're going to charge you more because we're Rode, and Rode does make good microphones, but if you can get something like this for a good price, I would not pass that up, especially when you could spend some more money on some other products, and maybe even the products I'm going to talk about next. They sent me the key light for this video. This is the UVGL1. The UVGL1 is pretty much an LED panel which you can use in your videos. I was using it for the key light back there to kind of separate me from my background, because as you can see now, this is kind of bland, but when I put that back there, I'm gonna try to hold it. You can use that for that, and boom, there you go. You can even use it as like a hair light. It came in the box pretty much just by itself. It has this little clear plate on top that is kind of like a diffuser, and it's attached by rubber bands. Pretty simple setup, and it actually came charged in the box, which is pretty awesome. I actually did not charge this before using it. I unboxed it this morning and it's still running, and I was using it for some tests. And there are several different settings, and you can always change the brightness. So right now I have taken it down to the lowest setting, which is just a nice kind of soft glow, and obviously depending on the distance you have it from your subject, you're going to have different effects. And it can go very, very bright, and there's many different colors, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. I have kind of like a teal color right now, which is, you know, that classic trendy teal and orange look, because, you know, boom. So we have teal. Oh, that's the plain regular white setting. Then there's a bit more of an orange one, and there's several different settings for many different colors. You pretty much have every single color you could want on here. And then if you press and hold the mode button here, you can get the light to flicker, like a horror film vibe. You can get it to do some flashing, you can get many different effects, and now it looks like my camera has a ton of rolling shutter, which, you know, for a horror film, that might actually be something you might want to do. So you can get some pretty cool things like flashing, you can get different intervals like, oh, I'm using a flash, like that, and then you got that, which is probably a bit more, like there's different intervals, and then you just keep pressing the mode button and it goes through the different modes. And then this is like, hey, oh no, I said that Pentax is not a good camera company. Oh no, the Pentax police are here. Hide, run, hide. I have horrible acting skills, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, you can, it's pretty darn cool. That's like really cool. And now there's also, I think this is the party mode, or yeah, there's party modes where it goes through different, you know, kind of different colors, where it's like like you're at the disco. Man, this is just really fun. You can tell that I'm having lots of fun just kind of playing with this right here. This is also, I think there's also, if you click through it, there we go. So what it does now is a bit of a gradient. So when, here, let me lower the brightness. That's making it better. There we go. Right there. So you can do like a linear gradient where it's gonna pretty much flash between different colors in a slow kind of pace. And you know, for videos that might be a little distracting, but if you just want to use this in your house, like if you're like studying and you want to just kind of vibe out with the colors, changing colors, yeah, it can pretty much do everything. And this one is I believe the price is $30, and I haven't seen any other LED panels for this price that are this good, and I've been looking for a lot. And they're all like over $100, and that's a lot of money to spend on a little LED panel. And this, you could get two, and you could use it. You could have one like with one color and one with another color, and I'll probably actually maybe go out and buy a second one, just for fun, because using it behind me as the key light was actually pretty cool. So now I'm going to put this back, and we're going to go on to talk about the third and final product, which is a relatively simple product, but they did send it to me as well, and it can be used with both of the products I've previously talked about. So let me get the right color here. Alright, boom. The last product I want to talk about is this nice compact ball head. It came right in the box by itself, and it can be used pretty much for anything, especially since it's so compact. You could really just keep it in your bag with a little mini tripod, and it feels really solid despite being a relatively this is a very good value on this item, and I've been using it so far. And I even did a little funny test just to see, because not many people know this, but most lamps actually have a 1/4 thread on top, which means you could technically attach a camera. The issue is you can't really move the camera in certain directions because it's just a flat 1/4 thread. But add this ball head, which has a 1/4 thread on the bottom, and in the box it also came with a hot shoe adapter, so you could put this on top of a camera. So if you wanted to have something, you could attach the microphone to this and move the microphone around if you wanted to point it backwards. So if you're going to film yourself and film someone behind you talking, or even using the LED panel, you can angle the LED panel using this ball head on top of the camera. It's really something that's quite practical, and I think is just something so simple but overlooked, especially with all of these products. Like, you don't think of all these little camera accessories that can really change the game. The USKEYVISION FS02 mini ball head is a really good value, especially for that price. You can't really beat that. And hey, it's pretty much compatible. You can put it on top of a ball head. You can stack ball heads. You can buy a bunch of these and make like a whole like kind of like what do they call them? The gorilla pods? I don't know. It's kind of cool, and I really liked using it, and I'm actually using it right now. Match it up with a little mini tripod and use it as a vlogging setup, and then when you want to set it down, you can angle it. It's pretty much perfect. You couldn't really ask for a better mini ball head. And so really the only con I can see with any of these products is build quality. The mini ball head build quality is not going to be much of an issue unless you scratch it, because the way it looks like it's kind of like a metal paint kind of thing on there. So if you scratch it, the paint might come off. That's the only thing with that one. The microphone is a little bit interesting because the mount for it when you put it on your camera isn't super tight, and I don't know if that's because the way the actual microphone is designed or the mount, and it kind of, you can spin it around in the mount, which is, you know, nothing too like big of an issue, but if it might be a moving part. And when I was out vlogging, I didn't really have any issues with it making noises when it moved around, but it was just kind of moving around a bit. That's only if I kind of touched it, unless you're moving, like if you're running with it, you might have a little bit of it moving around, but we'll see. And then for the LED panel, the only con I can see with the LED panel would be the lack of a screen to tell you battery percentage. It'd be nice to have an app to use with the mini LED panel, but you know, for that price, you can't really complain about that. I'd say that all of these products are very good, and there's not too many things that they compromise on for the price. So if you're looking for some great accessories for the Christmas season, whether you're buying them for someone or just treating yourself, these might just be what you're looking for. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, do be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and really appreciate you watching, especially to the end. And let me know if you enjoyed the new kind of setup. This is really like a jerry-rig setup I just had in my room here, but it actually worked out really well, and this microphone is really taking it to the next level, and I would say that I like it. I'm actually really, I didn't really think I would like having a background with like icons and images on it, but it's a nice texture, and it looks really nice out of photos. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. I will see you all in the next one. I'm Rocco, and yeah, peace. And we are rolling. And the garbage truck pulls up. Let's go.